Calsher is one who we know for his overhead abilities, contested ability, he's been terrific. His goal kicking probably let him down at times, but how has he sort of continued to build his football, even where, resilience-wise as well, he's still shown he's capable of doing all the right things and he knows how to get himself in the right positions. How have you sort of built his development throughout the year?
Yeah, I think with Calsh, we're really conscious that he clearly missed a bit of time out of the program with his family last year and with the unfortunate passing of his father. And, he's raw in a football sense. His progress this year has been enormous, probably as strong as any of our players on the list. And he's clearly got a lot of natural football talent. His brother obviously was drafted to the Crows when I was there. And he's got strong hands like Harry as well. But he's quite dynamic. He can sort of jump over small buildings, really, Calsh, and we saw that in the grand final when he plays the second ruck. And I think that key forward second ruck role is the best one for him because his follow-up at ground level around the contest is quite good. Things like running patterns and consistency of his goal kicking, those are the things that are the work on for him. And I think when he gets to the next level, whether it's this year or in the coming years, that's going to be something that's going to grow pretty quickly for him. But clearly his athletic attributes just stand out with his high marking and his follow-up at ground level. He tackles aggressively for a big guy, which I always love to see. So he's a great package, and it'll be interesting on draft night to see when someone jumps and puts a bid on him and where Hawthorn sit with it. So he's an exciting talent.
Well, that ruck work we saw in the granny just stood out immensely. And is that something that he was building on throughout the season just to show his versatility come the back end that, I've got that forward presence and that ruck work is just something I add to my game that makes me complete?
Yeah, at the Dragons, we were really blessed with tools this year. So we spent a fair bit of time trying to roll our genuine rucks through. And we played 2 rucks in a number of games, between Levi Young, Brodie Finlay, Tim Paris, and then obviously Vigo Vicentini as well. Calsh got his opportunity a couple of times with us, but it was more when we saw it at school footy at St Bede's. And he really was able to turn some games for them and have an impact going into the rucks. So we explored it as a second ruck a couple of times with us late in the year. And clearly in the grand final, you look at that patch through the last quarter when he's in the centre bounce and he's jumping high, jumping over the oppo ruck, but then following up and getting after it. And there's one 65, 70 metre point that goes through. Another one he pulls to the top of the square and Will Brown kicks the goal. Yeah, he just had a massive impact in that role. And I think, speaking to a number of clubs in the week after the grand final, it really impressed them the way he was able to impact the game in there.
Where did he start at? You sort of talk about his development this season has probably been as dramatic as anyone on your list.
Yeah, I think it's the consistency that's developed. The attributes were there from day one, from what I saw when I arrived. But he's had to deal with a lot in his life at a young age. I lost my father 5 years ago, and he's lost his 20 years younger than I was when I lost mine. So it's a challenge, and it's one of those things that impacts us all at some stage in life. And he's had to deal with it very young and support his family and all that. So, him off the field and him on the field, 2 different things at the moment. And on the field, he's just that maturity sort of catching up, I reckon, through the year from a football sense. A bit of that is just game time and reps. Like, he just needs to be out there training and playing, and having spent a lot of time playing basketball and then a bit of time away from footy. It's going to come pretty quickly because it's accelerating at a rapid rate.